Before Vegas had neon and Reno had regrets, there was Goldfield, a town so rich in gold and ego, it practically built itself overnight.
And like any good boom town, it had everything. Saloons, scandals, and a hotel so fancy it made ghosts stick around just to enjoy the marble.
Today, we're digging into Goldfield's rise, where fortunes were struck, dreams were sold, and the desert got a little too glamorous.
And it's a story of ambition, opulence, and the kind of optimism that only comes when you're knee-deep in gold dust and denial. Boomtown fever.
It all started in 1902, a few lucky strikes in the hills of central Nevada, and suddenly, boom, Goldfield was on the map.
By 1906, it was Nevada's largest city, over 20,000 people, 49 saloons, and one opera house, because even miners need Mozart.
The town grew faster than a rumor in a brothel. Tents turned into mansions, dirt roads into electric-lit boulevards.
Enter George Wingfield, banker, gambler, and self-made mogul. He made millions off mining stock and political influence.
And Tex Rickard, the boxing promoter who brought big fights and bigger egos to town. Together, they turned Goldfield into Wall Street with whiskey.
It was a fever dream, and everyone wanted in. Now, the opulence and the oddities.
In 1908, the Goldfield Hotel opens its doors. Mahogany staircases, crystal chandeliers, and plumbing that actually worked. That's impressive.
That is, in 1908?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was the kind of place where ghosts would check in and never leave. Room 109, rumored to be haunted by Elizabeth, a woman who died waiting for her lover.
Goldfield had electric lights, telephones, and a newspaper war so spicy it made modern Twitter look lame.
Wow.
Yeah.
One paper accused the other of being run by a drunk with a printing press, which, to be fair, was probably true.
Oh, it probably definitely was true. There was nothing else to do but drink.
Yeah.
The town was obsessed with status. You weren't anyone unless you had a velvet-lined spittoon and a chandelier in your outhouse. Ooh.
Could you imagine that?
Give you something pretty to look at, I guess.
Yeah, while you were worrying if the snakes were in the outhouse or scorpions or whatever else was going to come crawling out of your little poop hole.
Out of the little hole. I don't know. That's kind of bittersweet. I don't know if I want to see what's crawling out of the hole or if I just prefer not to see what's crawling out of that hole.
I prefer not to see, yeah. Goldfield had more chandeliers than dentists. Priorities, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, let's get into the spectacular era.
Tex Rickard tried to host the fight of the century here. Jack Johnson versus Jim Jeffries. It didn't happen in Goldfield, but the hype sure did.
I would imagine that. Mm-hmm. The town threw parades, land auctions, and boxing exhibitions. It was part Wild West and part Broadway.
And the newspapers? They covered every scandal, every stock tip, every ghost sighting. Goldfield was the influencer of its time.
Wow. It had more parades than people who could play a tuba. But hey, enthusiasm counts.
Absolutely.
Now, the cracks in the glitter.
By 1910, the The gold veins started to dry up. The money slowed. The optimism cracked.
Then the fires came, the floods, the financial collapse. GoldField shrank faster than the gambler's wallet on a losing streak.
Families packed up. Businesses closed. The opera house went silent.
Aww. GoldField
Yes.
rose like a fever dream and faded like a forgotten promise.
But the emotional weight lingered. People had built lives here, believed in something glittery, and watched it vanish.
That's sad.
It is. Echoes and legacy.
Today, GoldField is quiet, but not silent. The annual GoldField Days still bring parades, costumes, and community spirit.
There's a community radio station, Radio GoldField, that keeps the town connected. And the hotel, it's still standing, and it's still haunted.
Ooh. GoldField didn't die. It downsized its dreams.
It's a place that reminds us chasing gold is easy. Holding on to meaning, that's the real treasure. Goldfield may be quiet now, but its rise still echoes through cracked sidewalks, haunted hallways, and the stories we tell.
If you've ever chased something glittery only to find dust in your hands, you're not alone.
Next time, we're diving deeper on Goldfield, Nevada, where the women ran brothels, busted myths, and maybe ran the whole town. Women normally do.
Yeah, and that's what we've been finding out. Got a ghost town memory or a boom and bust story of your own? Send it our way. We might just feature it.
And thanks for listening to the Witty Bitty of Nevada, where the stories are dusty, but we're never dull.
At least we try not to be. And
We're
remember, remember, if you're going to be a biddy, you've got to be witty.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.